अऊज़ुबिल्लाहि मिनश्शैतानिर्रजीम बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम वजअलना बअदकुम लिबादिन फितना एंड वी हैव मेड सम ऑफ यू एज ट्रायल फॉर अदर्स, और हमने तुमको एक दूसरे के लिए आजमाइश बनाया है। अस्सलाम वालेकुम बायो क्लास 1031 अल कानपुर। आई एम योर बायो लेक्चरर किरण यूनुस, प्रेइंग दैट अल्लाह अलमाइटी मेक अस नॉट अ ट्रायल फॉर एनीवन। Let's start our today's lecture, lecture number 5, chapter number 25. In this lecture, I am going to talk about biogenic elements. Bio represents the life, so these are the chemical elements which are essential for life in living organisms. These are also called as nutrient elements because, as you know, we take all these elements in our feed. Next, we are going to discuss micro and macronutrients. The word micro means small, so these are the nutrients which are required in small quantities in the living organisms. These include vitamins and trace minerals such as iron, copper, zinc, etc. On the other hand, macronutrients, where the word macro represents large amounts, so these are the nutrients which are needed in large amounts in the human body or other living organisms. They provide energy for growth and structure. These include carbohydrates, and you know very well carbohydrates are made of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Then protein, which in addition to carbon, hydrogen and oxygen also contain an important component, nitrogen. Lipids, of course carbon, hydrogen and oxygen, again they use natrium, magnesium and potassium. So these are the macronutrients. Next, biogeochemical cycles. The word bio again represents life. Geo means earth, or you can say that abiotic, non-living part of the ecosystem. Chemicals, so biogeochemical cycles, if we have some attention towards the word, we can define it ourselves by ourselves. Biogeochemical cycles are the cyclic flow of chemicals between living and non-living portions of the ecosystem is called as biogeochemical cycles. These are also called as nutrient cycles. These are also called as nutrient cycles. Here's the definition. Nutrients move from living to non-living portions of ecosystem in a cyclic manner. So these are called as biogeochemical or nutrient cycle. Next, this is a flow sheet diagram in which see here matter is categorized under two headings, biotic and abiotic. And what is biogeochemical cycles? Biogeochemical cycles represents the flow of this matter between biotic and abiotic portions of the ecosystem. There are many types of biogeochemical cycles: water cycle, carbon cycle, nitrogen cycle, phosphorus cycle and sulfur cycle. Nitrogen cycle is a cycle which is included in your syllabus and we discuss it in detail. Let's go towards nitrogen cycle. What is nitrogen cycle? Before that, we discuss the essentiality of nitrogen. Nitrogen is very important for living organisms as it is an important part of amino acids, and amino acids combine to form proteins, which are the building blocks or structural component of enzymes. In addition to this, nitrogen is also important for DNA, RNA, or you can say that for the nucleic acid. In plants, it is a very important structural part of chlorophyll. So nitrogen is as important as photosynthesis components. Carbon, hydrogen and oxygen are important for the living organisms. So here we go about the concentration of nitrogen. Nitrogen is about 78% in the atmosphere, but we can't breathe in the nitrogen like oxygen, so we must absorb nitrogen in our food. How it becomes the part of our food, this is the actual point we are discussing here in the nitrogen cycle. Firstly, we discuss definition of nitrogen cycle. As we define biogeochemical cycle, same in the way we can define nitrogen cycle: the circulation or cyclic movement of nitrogen from the atmosphere, which which is the abiotic or physical component of the ecosystem, to the soil's biotic component, and then back into the atmospheric nitrogen, is called as nitrogen cycle. Next we are going to discuss the stages of the nitrogen cycle. There are 5 stages which are involved in nitrogen cycle. Number 1 is nitrogen fixation, number 2 nitrogen assimilation, number 3 ammonification, number 4 nitrification, and number 5 is denitrification. So firstly we go towards the nitrogen fixation. Here we go towards the nitrogen fixation, the first step involved in the nitrogen cycle. What is nitrogen fixation? Nitrogen fixation is a process of turning nitrogen gas, as you see I am using the word nitrogen gas, so this is the nitrogen that is present in air, into a usable form. As I said before, we can't use nitrogen directly in breathing, so we have to convert it into a usable form, that is nitrate form, in which we can use it. This process is known as nitrogen fixation. 2 methods are involved here. One is lightning strike, second is certain type of bacteria which live in the soil also convert it or fix this nitrogen for the usage of living organisms. And which bacteria are involved? These may be Clostridium, Nostoc, Azotobacter and Anabaena, which fix nitrogen. And in which process they fix nitrogen we discussed in detail in our previous lecture, by the formation of root nodules. They fix nitrogen and make it usable for the plants, and then of course for the primary and secondary consumers also. The second step is assimilation, the absorption and utilization of simple food substances, as in nitrogen in this case, by the living organisms, called as assimilation. Note here, if you see, nitrates present in the soil become the part of the plant, and when these plants are eaten by the animals, they also become the part of the animal's body, and this step is known as assimilation. Here I have another pictorial illumination for the nitrogen assimilation. See here, the process of absorbing nitrates and ammonia into organic nitrogen. These nitrates and ammonia are absorbed and become the part of the plant, as this nitrogen and ammonia is used by the plant for its own protein and nucleic acid formation, that this become the part of the plant body. This is called as nitrogen assimilation. In this in the second diagram we see here, when these plants are eaten by the animal, it transferred animal's body, it is transferred to the animal's body and become their part. Third step is the ammonification. The decomposer microorganisms. And what are decomposer we discussed in our second lecture of this chapter in very detail. Decomposers are the microorganisms including anaerobic bacteria, aerobic and anaerobic bacteria and fungi, which decompose the complex compounds of the death and decaying matter, proteins and amino acids, into simpler compounds like ammonia or ammoniamides in this case. This process is called as ammonification. Here's a pictorial illumination for the ammonification. See here, the nitrogen, which is the part of the dead animal, or you can say that of course for the dead part of the living plant, this nitrogen becomes is transferred into ammonia, and this conversion is known as ammonification. This is also known as mineralization. Next we are going to discuss Fourth step, nitrification. What is nitrification? Nitrification is the conversion of ammonia and ammonium ions that are found by two steps, that may be found by the fixation, hydrogen fixation, or that may also be found by the ammonification step, are converted into nitrates and nitrites by nitrifying bacteria, Nitrosomonas and Nitrobacter respectively. Note here, ammonia and ammonium ions firstly converted into nitrite by the nitrifying bacteria Nitrosomonas, and then again by nitrifying bacteria Nitrobacter they are converted into nitrate ions. And as I said in before in this lecture, nitrate is the most usable form of the nitrogen. So in this process, these ammonia and ammonium ions are converted into nitrate ions. Here again we discuss the Nitrosomonas and Nitrococcus are involved in the conversion of ammonia to ammonium ions into nitrite ion, the first step of nitrification, and Nitrobacter bacteria involved in the conversion of nitrite into nitrate, the second step of the nitrification. Next we are going towards denitrification, the last step of nitrogen cycle. And what is denitrification? In the absence of oxygen, the denitrifying bacteria break nitrates to release nitrogen back to atmosphere. These nitrates are maybe the surplus food that are present in the surplus nitrogen that is present in the soil, or that may be the part of the atmosphere, and using oxygen for their own respiration, for which purpose they break down nitrate for their own usage of oxygen for the process of respiration. This is called as denitrification. See here, note that the denitrifying bacteria converted nitrate ions into inert nitrogen that again accumulate, or that again become the part of the atmosphere. Here you see the process of denitrification. The nitrates firstly converted into nitric oxide, releasing oxygen, and that is used by the denitrifying bacteria. Then the nitric oxide converted into inert nitrogen or molecular nitrogen that become the part of atmosphere. And which bacteria are involved for this process? These bacteria may be Thiobacillus denitrificans, Pseudomonas denitrificans, or Micrococcus denitrificans. This is the whole process of nitrogen cycle. Here by this flow sheet diagram we can revise whole process. Here you see the inert nitrogen or nitrogen in atmosphere. This nitrogen is converted into nitrates by two methods. First method is thunderstorm or light striking, by which atmospheric nitrogen is fixed. Second is biological nitrogen fixation, and biological nitrogen fixation further divided into two steps. First is the nitrogen fixation by symbiotic bacteria. And what are symbiotic bacteria? These are the bacteria that form root nodules, and by the root nodule formation they fix nitrogen in the leguminous plants. And next in the leguminous plants, next is the biological nitrogen fixation by free living bacteria. By the both processes nitrogen is fixed and converted into the nitrates. The second step is the assimilation of these nitrates. See here, the nitrates are assimilated by the plants and of course these nitrates become the part of protein, amino acids, DNA, RNA of the plant, and when these plants are eaten by the animals, they also become the part of animal's body. This is the second step, assimilation. Next we are going towards the third step, that is ammonification. When these plants or animals become dead, the the ammonifying bacteria or algae, that are also called as decomposers, decompose the protein or amino acid, or you can say that the complex organic substances of these plants and animals into simpler substances like ammonia or ammoniamides. This step is called as ammonification. Next step is the nitrification, during which this ammonia is converted into nitrites by the nitrifying bacteria, and which bacteria? Nitrosomonas or Nitrococcus bacteria. This is nitrification. The second step of nitrification is the conversion of nitrites into nitrates, again by the enzymes by the nitrifying bacteria, and which nitrifying bacteria? Nitrobacter, bacteria of Nitrobacter species. These nitrates which are found by nitrification are again used during assimilation, and of course the surplus nitrates, or you can say that in the absence of oxygen, these nitrates are converted into nitrogen, these are converted back into nitrogen by the these are again these are converted again by denitrifying bacteria into nitrogen, inert nitrogen or atmospheric nitrogen, to complete the cycle. In this cyclic manner, the nitrogen circulate and recirculate in the ecosystem. Next we are going to discuss about nitrogen depletion. There are many factors which are involved in nitrogen depletion. As we discuss in detail, nitrogen is very essential component of living organisms. So nitrogen depletion is an important factor. Which are factors are involved in nitrogen depletion? This is erosion, of course, that causes the nitrogen depletion. That may be fire, water percolation down to the soil that takes with itself nitrogen also. And fourth one is denitrifying bacteria, which we discussed in detail before. Then how we can complete this nitrogen depletion? Nitrogen depletion can be remedied by nitrogen fixing bacteria, that is a natural phenomena, or by the addition of nitrogen fertilizers in the soil. We also can remedy this nitrogen depletion. So this is our today's lecture. Please, if you have some difficulty, discuss it in our WhatsApp group. Stay tuned, stay home, stay safe. Allah Hafiz. Fi Amanillah.